Texas is in the college football playoff, and because of that, I allowed you guys the opportunity to vote on which Texas player you guys wanted to see me do a deep dive into. The winner was wide receiver Xavier Worthy, a player who I was extremely high on coming into the year, and I still think has quite a bit of upside at the next level. But hey guys, if you guys enjoy NFL draft content like this, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. If Texas advances, we will be doing not one, but 2 new Longhorns players next weekend in preparation for the national championship game, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's take a closer look at Xavier Worthy. Worthy had a pretty solid season for the Longhorns in 2022. He put up 59 receptions for 759 yards and 8 touchdowns on the year. He showcased some really nice abilities, and it looked like he could be on his way to being a pretty high draft pick in 2024. In some areas, Worthy got better, but it doesn't seem like he is getting the first round hype that we saw him getting earlier on in the season. Worthy in 2023 put up 73 receptions for 969 yards and 5 touchdowns and has been a big part of an explosive Texas offense. Worthy has unreal speed. It seems as if he can go from 0 to 100 in a quick second, and he has some absolute burners. He is rumored to run in the 4.3s, which is absolutely fantastic. His speed is going to be the thing that separates him from some of the other wide receivers in this class, because not many people can run as fast as he can. Worthy showcases this speed especially on deep balls. He's able to just blow by defenders and fly down the field, where he has very impressive ball tracking abilities where he can locate the ball mid-air and turn it into a big gain. He also showcases his speed as a punt returner. Texas has used him in the special teams, and he has turned that into some massive plays, and he's even used on screen passes or short plays where he has the ability to catch the ball in space and take it for a big play. Any way that you can get Xavier Worthy the ball, he has the opportunity to take it for a massive play, simply due to his speed. Another area of Worthy's game that I feel flies under the radar is his route running ability. He has some really good stop and go ability and has super quick feet. He makes sharp cuts and does a great job of creating separation in the open field, which I really like to see. There are some areas of Worthy's game that could definitely improve. One of them are his drops. Worthy had quite a few drops over the last couple of seasons. While some were concentration drops where he would just try and turn too quickly before he had full possession of the ball, he also just flat out missed some easy catches, which has to improve from him. He needs to have more reliable hands and not drop so many balls in order to be a more effective player at the next level. Worthy also has a pretty small frame for the position, and it shows with a major lack of physicality. He is 6'1", 173 pounds, and he honestly looks smaller than that on the field. As a blocker, he really can't hold his block at all and is a virtual non-factor in the run game. He also is pushed off his route easier than others by more physical press cornerbacks, which is another issue for him. He just is not a very physical receiver. He's not going to be a jump ball guy, and I think that could cause some problems and could cause him to slip further in the draft. Coming into the season, I was head over heels for Worthy. It took me a very long time to open my eyes and recognize that there were some issues that he needed to resolve in his game. He did slip down my board pretty significantly, and I have him as my wide receiver 11 in the 2024 NFL Draft. I just don't see his lack of physicality being a big thing teams are going to like, and in a wide receiver loaded class, I think he may slip a little bit. He may be more of a specialist guy, and he is my number 56 player in the class. In terms of a scheme fit, Worthy needs to go to an offense where he can run pre-snap motions and get the ball in space behind the line of scrimmage, where if he can catch the ball, he can turn it into a big play. You just have to find a way to get the ball in his hands. He can turn it into big yardage gains simply by himself, and I think a scheme where there's a lot of pre-snap motions and plays where he can get the ball, I think that could be a huge thing for his development and could make him look like a home run pick for a front office. Some people have compared Xavier Worthy to Deshaun Jackson, and I gotta be completely honest, I love that comparison. Their abilities as punt returners, speedsters, just get them the ball and they can turn it into a big play. There are a ton of similarities in their game, and it makes a lot of sense. I like to be a little bit different than the crowd though, and my comp is a little bit different. Worthy reminds me a little bit of Tank Dell. Dell was a guy who was thought to be a pure speed guy when he was coming out of Houston last year, but as a rookie, he has shown that he can be much more than that. Dell had some incredible route running abilities with a stop and go on a dime quickness as well, and he's been super effective prior to injury. Worthy is a little bit taller than Tank Dell is, but they have a similar frame, and they both are speedy weapons who have super quick feet, great route runners, and I think Worthy can be a very similar player to what we saw Tank Dell do as a rookie for the Texans. Xavier Worthy, or the X-Man, is a super fun prospect. He has some of the best speed in the class, as well as his sharp route running. I think he could have a very nice NFL career if utilized correctly. Ultimately, I believe Xavier Worthy will be a second round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.